Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the AM News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. A quick reminder that Global Television is on the STV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now to the news in full. As the discussion on the Electoral Amendment Act moved to Lagos, the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has said that the Independent National Electoral Commission, that is INEC, must ensure that the future elections are devoid of controversies. Akpabio gave the hint in a remark after a debate on the repeat and reenactment of the Electoral Act during plenary. Topsy Gimba has the details.
Speaking in support of the Senate President's stance, Senator Siriaki Dixon insisted that the burden of proof that an election was credible should be placed on INEC and not on the political parties and their candidates.
Our political parties are the biggest challenge to our democracy. We have to look for a way by which we can introduce some regulation and control.
On his part, Senator Adams Oshiomhole stressed the need for politicians to stop aiding and abetting young people from carrying out election violence.
We should resolve, each and every one of us, and also collectively, that as elected persons, we as senators shall not, directly or indirectly, secretly or openly, aid and abet unemployed or semi-employed people and arm them to disrupt election.
The lawmakers unanimously agreed that to achieve credible elections, INEC must employ the use of technology in line with global best practices.
To move fast to make sure that all these technologies, as we are voting, people are reporting back. People are having back the results so that electronic voting, so nobody will complain. Because APC will not complain, PDP will not complain, Labour Party will not complain, so everybody will be on equal basis. We are in a haste to pass the Electoral Act, and we shot ourselves in the foot by removing senators, members of the House of Representatives, governors, and the deputy governors, state assemblies, elected officials from being members of the delegates. I think it was a very important omission.
Because after this, public hearing will be held, and Nigerians will now from today should prepare to come before the committee during the public hearing to make their contributions and their input so that at the end of it, we'll have a document or a law that will guide the election, ensure transparency, accountability.
After extensive debates, the 2025 electoral bill was passed for second reading, moving closer to repealing and replacing the...
To regulate the conduct of federal, state, and area councils in the Federal Capital Territory elections and for related matters 2025 second reading taken.
With the second reading now passed, the bill proceeds to the committee stage for further scrutiny. Topsy Gimba reporting for Global Television News.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, that is ASU, has suspended its 2-week nationwide warning strike. President Professor Chris Piwana announced the suspension of the strike after an overnight National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. Global Television's Priscilla Obasi reports.
At a press briefing in Abuja, ASU President Professor Chris Piwana noted that the union made the decision in recognition of renewed government engagement and intervention by well-meaning Nigerians, granting the federal government a 1-month window to meet outstanding demands. Among ASU's long list of demands are the renegotiation of the 2009 FG-ASU agreement, release of withheld salaries, sustainable funding for public universities, promotion areas, and the cessation of alleged victimization of lecturers.
As responsible citizens, we were and we still are convinced that it was the most expedient thing to do in order to save our university system from imminent collapse, a cause we have championed for more than 3 decades. As you are aware, the federal government responded to our declaration of warning strike with threats of salary denial and directives to vice chancellors on ways to make unions' action ineffectual.
Professor Piwuna stressed that the suspension does not signify the end of the struggle, warning that the union will resume industrial action if the government fails to honor its promises within the stipulated period.
This pointedly shows that had government positively responded to the union's earlier notices and appeals, there would have been no need for the strike in the first place. Like we have said repeatedly, this strike was caused by the inaction of the Federal Ministry of Education. Indeed, as far as we are concerned, the Federal Ministry of Education has not moved the needle at all in reaching this point that we are now. Because if it were not for the efforts of individuals, both within and outside government,
stakeholders across the education sector, including students, parents, and labor unions, have welcomed the decision, urging both parties to find a lasting solution to the reoccurring strikes in Nigeria's universities. Priscilla Obasi, Global Television News.
Lawmakers in the Green Chamber has raised serious concern over the alleged use of harmful chemicals in the preservation of frozen foods across the country. The House has now mandated several committees to conduct a full-scale investigation into the matter. As Nigerians brace up for the festive season, the Federal Road Safety Corps, that is FRSC, has embarked on a 25 Ember Months public enlightenment and sensitization campaign. Global Television correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that the campaign emphasized the urgent need for safer road practices and personal accountability throughout the season. Here is his report.
Ember months, or more specifically the last 3 months of every year, is a period often characterized by increased human and vehicular movement across the country, effectively making road safety awareness more critical than usual. The exercise by operatives of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Kano is to reinforce adherence to safety rules and regulation in order to avoid possible accidents.
The Federal Road Safety slated this period to ensure that our men are abreast and ready to ensure that there is smooth traffic flow and no any crash occurrence within the period.
According to a comparative analysis of road traffic crashes, Kano State has recorded a remarkable 50% reduction in crash accidents. Injuries dropped by 41%, while fatalities saw a 46% decline.
Within the periods, there is reduction of crashes as per the previous Ember months.
Now more than ever, the command requires a collaborative effort with governments and non-governmental organizations to achieve accident-free Kano State throughout the period and beyond. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, Global Television News.
The House of Representatives is taking a hard look at rising insecurity in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, despite a multi-million-dollar CCTV project meant to boost surveillance and safety. This followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Amobi Oga Labour Party, Abia State. National Assembly correspondent Aniete Patrick again reports.
Lawmakers are demanding answers over the $460 million closed-circuit television project installed across the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, more than a decade ago. The project, financed through a Chinese loan, was designed to monitor crime and improve security. But despite the huge investments, kidnappings and attacks in the capital have continued to rise. The House, following a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Amobi Oga, resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate why the project has not delivered on its purpose.
The House more concerned that despite this huge investment, as well as the financial burden Nigeria is subjected to by way of servicing this loan, the impact of the CCTV is not felt in any manner. Rather than abating, crime rate has soared in Abuja, leading to daily reports of deaths.
In another resolution, the House adopted a motion by Minority Whip Ali Issa calling for investigation into the operations and funding of Nigeria's development finance institutions.
Also note that those institutions were created to bridge financing gaps in key sectors, promote inclusive economic growth, stimulate industrialization, create jobs, and provide affordable credit and financial advisory services to individuals.
Also, lawmakers raised concerns over frequent tanker explosion and gridlock along the Bida, Agay, Lapai, Lambata, Diko Road in Niger State.
Further concern that the continued neglect of this vital highway has resulted in frequent gridlocks, destruction of goods, loss of productive hours, and severe hardship for commuters and residents, while turning the road into a death trap for motorists, tanker drivers, and traders.
The House mandated its committees to investigate and report back within a stipulated time frame. From the National Assembly, Aniete Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has taken a major step in its digital transformation journey with the launch of an online portal that automates drug integrity test and visa clearance certificate. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, who was represented by the agency's secretary, Shadrach Haruna, says new system is designed to eliminate delays, reduce human interference, and strengthen Nigeria's fight against drug abuse and illicit trafficking. Kikelomo Okere has the details.
At the official unveil of the platform known as Drug Integrity Test and Visa E-Administration System, DVCAS, the NDLEA chairman and the chief executive officer, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, who was represented by the agency's secretary, Shadrach Haruna, described the move as a milestone in the agency's effort to merge enforcement with efficiency through technology. He says the digital platform marks a paradigm shift that will make the agency processes faster, transparent, and more reliable.
Today, we take a giant leap forward in digitalizing our processes, enhancing security, and delivering unparalleled service to the Nigerian public with the official launch of NDLEA Drug Integrity Test and Visa Clearance E-Administration System.
For years, applicants seeking NDLEA visa clearance certificate faced lengthy paperwork, physical verification, and long wait time. The new portal is expected to change that narrative, allowing users to apply online, schedule appointments, and receive certificate results within days. Marwa noted that the system integrates electronic verification tool to eliminate certificate forgery, ensure transparency, and foster collaboration with partner agencies. He added that private medical centers can now partner with NDLEA as accredited testing centers, giving applicants flexibility and convenience while maintaining the integrity of the process.
With the flag off of the online visa clearance portal today, we are bringing an end to those bottlenecks. The system delivers automation across all processes and operations associated with the administration of drug integrity tests and visa clearance with interfaces for effective collaboration with partner agencies.
The NDLEA boss explained that the initiative aligned with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and the agency's twin strategy of drug supply and demand reduction. He emphasized that the digital reform also supports rehabilitation and early intervention for individuals struggling with substance use offering them help rather than stigma. With this launch, NDLEA says it is fully embracing technology to stay ahead in the evolving war against drug abuse. One portal, one test, and one certificate at a time towards a drug-free Nigeria. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
You watch AM News Return will bring you the rest of our stories. Stay with us. Welcome back from that break. Now let's take you to the world of business, where the House of Representatives has resolved to intervene in the recent face-off between members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria and the Dangote refineries, which had disrupted petroleum product distribution nationwide. The resolution of the House followed the consideration and adoption of a motion of urgent public importance, co-sponsored by Kano and Sokoto lawmakers Al-Hassan Dogowa and Abdul Samaid Dasuki, respectively, at Tuesday's plenary. In the motion titled "We Need to Protect Private Investment from Adversarial Unionism," the lawmakers drew the attention of the colleagues to the significance of the Dangote refineries, describing it as the largest private petroleum refinery in Africa. The face-off between Pengassin and the Dangote refinery led to an industrial action which commenced on September 29, 2025, disrupting the operations at the $20 billion refinery. And now on the foreign scene, Sudan's Army Chief General Abdel Fattah el-Burhan has vowed to crush the Rapid Support Forces (RSF) during a visit to Khartoum International Airport. The statement comes amid continued fighting between government troops and the paramilitary group that has left thousands displaced and the capital in ruins. Our correspondent Uyi Agbomofuegbe takes it from here.
In a video released by the Sudan News Agency, General al-Burhan appeared on the tarmac of Khartoum's International Airport, a site that has repeatedly come under attack in the country's ongoing power struggle. His visit was seen as a bold message to the Rapid Support Forces as he vowed to crush the paramilitary group and restore control over the capital. Authorities say the visit underscores the Sudanese army's determination to hold key strategic sites despite continued RSF assaults. However, with no ceasefire in sight and humanitarian conditions worsening, fears persist that Sudan's crisis could deepen even further. Uyi Agbomofuegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
Japan has made history as Sanel Takachi becomes the country's first female prime minister. She takes over as Japan's fifth leader in as many years, inheriting a fragile government and a long list of economic and diplomatic challenges. Takachi, a veteran politician known for her conservative stance, faces immediate pressure to strengthen Japan's economy and maintain regional security. Some citizens say her rise represents a new chapter for Japan, while others remain cautious, saying the real test will be her ability to deliver meaningful change. Now to the world of sport. The Confederation of African Football has unveiled the nominees in the men's category for the CAF Award 2025, celebrating continent's top performers among players, coaches, clubs, and national teams. The award recognized the impact of players and coaches on African and global football during the period from January 6 to October 15, 2025. The nomination highlights those who had made major contributions to the sport across the continent. According to a statement posted on the CAF website on Monday, a panel of experts, including members of the CAF Technical and Development Committee, expressed experienced coaches, CAF legends, and selected media representatives selected 10 nominees for each category, considering performances across all competitions. And that's it on AM News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Many thanks for watching.